heck is this piece of my hair doing? Wolfe has done it again with Parish Trap. Wolfe brought Parish Trap to the European International Championships, the biggest, I believe, the biggest VGC tournament in Pokemon history, and did win the whole thing with Parish Trap with Life Orb Koraidon. So I just want to talk a little bit about the team, I want to talk a little bit about the run, and I just want to talk a little bit about Parish Trap in general in this video. So I do want to start with kind of like, when I say Parish Trap, what does that mean? So Parish Trap does refer to one Parish, which is Parish Song the Move, which is a move that connects with all Pokemon on the field. It is a sound-based move, so it does go through sub. And it causes any Pokemon who hears the song to faint in 3 turns. And the trap, when someone says Parish Trap, the trap refers to a Pokemon with the ability Shadow Tag, which means the opposing Pokemon are stuck in unless they are a Ghost type. Ghost type Pokemon can swap out, and pivoting moves can also, you can pivot out of that situation. So let's say you're running Rillaboom, you can click the U-turn button and you can swap out to bring a new Pokemon in. Let's say you're running Incineroar, you can click either U-turn or you can click the parting shot and be able to pivot out of that situation as well to kind of reset the Parish. So it's not a trap that works on everything, but it's a trap that works on a lot of Pokemon. But really, how Parish works is through precise positioning. That's what I'm trying to say. It works through precise... Now it sounds like that's not even a word. Precise? No. Precise. With a C, right? Precise. Okay, I'm there. I swear I'm with you. That works with precise positioning, so you can make sure you can get yourself in a position where your opponent isn't able to pivot out and you're able to KO their Pokemon without actually doing damage to them. So I really do want to look at a set that Wolfe played against Luca. So it was world champ versus world champ. This was, I believe, Swiss day 2. And Wolfe does a really incredible job because Parish almost, like, doesn't let your opponent play Pokemon in the traditional sense of playing Pokemon, which is KOing your opponent's Pokemon to get the win through damage. Parish instead says, I don't have to do damage, I'm gonna sing you a little song, I'm gonna click protect, I'm gonna outbulk you, and then you're gone. You're deadsies. So that's kind of what Parish wants to do, but Wolfe's team, I think what makes Wolfe's team special is it doesn't have just the Parish mode. We do also see the Life Orb Koraidon. The Life Orb Max Speed Koraidon, and I think Max Speed was an incredible call for this tournament. We saw time and time again this Koraidon outspeed Pokemon that at max speed would outspeed the Koraidon. So we saw in day 1, Swiss, we saw this Koraidon outspeed, not max speed, Shadow Rider, which was imperative, which was absolutely imperative for the matchup. So I think running the Koraidon max speed was a great call into the meta, knowing that a lot of people were going to go a little bit bulkier for this tournament. That's the way the meta trend was going. Bulkier Pokemon, slower Pokemon, to be able to tank hits, set up, and then retaliate back with some massive damage. But what the max speed Life Orb Koraidon said essentially was no. You think you're going to outspeed me, but you're not. I'm gonna outspeed you, and I am full sending offense. So you won't outbulk me, and you also won't outspeed me. Additionally, I think it's important to note that for the Life Orb Koraidon, right? Usually on Koraidon, a lot of the time we would see Clear Amulet. That way you can't be intimidated. But here's the thing about Life Orb. Here's the thing about Lorb, right? Is that it makes up for the Intimidate. Like, you're still pumping out a very similar amount of damage, even after Intimidate, because you have the boost you have the power boost from the life orb. So if they don't intimidate you, then you have even more power coming out of your Koraidon. Additionally, we did see that Wolfe opted for close combat instead of collision course, just simply for the damage output, because close combat is 120 base power as opposed to the collision course, which is 100 base power. So that can mess with a lot of people's calcs. If a lot of people calced, okay, I can live max attack Koraidon collision course in Sun, sure, okay, like it will do a lot of damage, but it's a guaranteed live for me. Guess what you don't guarantee live? You don't guarantee live the close combat with that extra 20 BP. So I think the team itself made some absolutely fantastic calls, and I do like fit some fantastic meta calls. And I do really want to look at a game where Wolfe said, you kind of don't really get to play the game, and also this game I think is particularly interesting because Wolfe had a very rough turn one in this game. Like, Wolfe gets, Luca has a fantastic turn one, picks up a KO, literally 5 free, for free. Like, Wolfe protects and Luca picks up a KO, targets perfectly. Wolfe loses a very, very important Pokemon in the Incineroar, but is still, like, doesn't panic, is still just able to get into a fantastic position where literally Luca's, well, let's just look at the game. Let's just look at the game. Alrighty, we are going to be jumping right on in to Swiss round 10. This is day 2 Swiss. We have World Champion versus World Champion. We have Scarlet versus Violet, Bike versus Bike leading off, and we see the Bikes lead off. So we have the Sun set from the Koraidon, and we have the Electric Train set from the Miraidon, and we do see Wolfe opting for the Koraidon and Incineroar lead, which is definitely a lead. It feels like Wolfe did definitely favor throughout this tournament. So we're going to see how this turn 1 plays out. Luca does make quite a good call in this turn 1. We're going to see Wolfe is thinking there's a lot of things. Wolfe can predict a Terra and go for a Flare Blitz, but Luca can also predict the Protect and attack into the Incineroar as the Incineroar tries to click the Parting Shot. I like clicking the Parting Shot here, just trying to make sure that the Miraidon can't pump out as much damage as Miraidon would usually like to do. So we do see an immediate Terra on Luca's end, going for the Terra Fairy. We see the Protect coming out from the Koraidon as well, wanting to block any possible damage coming its way. Tailwind. Meaning we are making sure that this Miraidon will outspeed both Pokemon, and we just see bop the Electro Drift, bop right into the Incin gone. So really for free. I won't say completely for free, because the one thing, if we're looking at the bright side for Wolfe, it's that Wolfe did kind of force Luca to use their Terra, right? So Terra down, that is the one upside, but really Wolfe protected and Luca had a great turn. However, look at this little puffball that comes in here. Screamtail does come in. Screamtail gets the photosynthesis activated, so it is quite fast here. So Screamtail is going to go for the Protect here, as the Gothitelle swaps in. Meaning next turn, Wolfe is starting to set up the trap here, right? Meaning as long as Gothitelle is alive, Luca will not be able to swap out either Pokemon, as neither Pokemon are a Ghost type, and Miraidon is already locked into Electro Drift, so cannot click a pivoting move here. And we do see Drift into the Protect. And now, what does this mean? What does this mean for Wolfe? Wolfe has Fake Out alive. Wolfe knows for a fact that the Miraidon is Choice Specs as his open team sheet, so Miraidon cannot protect. There can be no swaps because the Gothitelle is on the board, and Gothitelle does have the ability Shadow Tag, which I kind of discussed in the beginning of the video, meaning you cannot swap out unless you are a Ghost type or unless you go for a pivoting move. But Miraidon already locked in to Electro Drift, not a pivoting move. So Wolfe is going to go for the Terra here as well. On the Scream Tail. So we do see Terra Dark, and this Terra Dark is incredibly important. This Terra Dark means that Whimsicott cannot go for Encore into this Scream Tail, because Scream Tail is a dark type, and dark types are immune to prankster moves. However, Luca makes a fantastic read again, and instead of wasting time going for an Encore into a now dark type, does click the super effective Moonblast button. However, the trap has been set, right? The trap has been set. So Wolfe is able to click Fake Out and click Disable on the Miraidon. So because Miraidon is locked in, Miraidon can't go for any other moves. And so I just want to, like, the power of this duo and the power of this team, Luca has barely taken any damage. Luca has only taken Fake Out damage. Literally has taken no damage, has made good calls. Turn 1, made a great call. Turn 3, made a great call. And another super effective Moonblast going out here. Miraidon has no moves left, it's struggle time. And so struggle is a move when either if a Pokemon has no more move PP left, power points left, or if in this kind of situation where a locked in Pokemon, because Miraidon is locked in with choice specs, if a locked in Pokemon cannot go for the move that they are locked into, they will click Struggle. Struggle does do a little bit of damage to the opponent, but most importantly, the Pokemon that is struggling does take some massive recoil. So, the trap, the trap is being set. The trap is being set. Screamtail is quite low. Screamtail is quite low here. Again, Luca has made some great choices, but Miraidon, one of the most powerful Pokemon in this format, the world champion Miraidon, can't go for any powerful moves. Cannot go for any powerful moves. And now, what's happened to the Whimsicott? The Whimsicott has been encored, and the Whimsicott has been disabled as well. So this turn, the Whimsicott is not able to move, but that Miraidon is taking more and more recoil damage, while the Whimsicott is also being chipped down from the Psychic, from the Gothitelle as well. So the other important thing to note is this Screamtail, even though the sun did go away, the Screamtail does have the Photosynthesis booster energy as the item. So even if there's no sun, the Screamtail will get its speed boost up. So just going for the disable here, there's really no, Screamtail's no attacking moves, but there's really no need to swap or do anything like that. The Whimsicott taking massive recoil here. The Miraidon gonna once again take massive recoil here. Yeah, doing 11 damage to the Gothitelle, I think. Gothitelle does go for the taunt as well, meaning that if the Encore and the disable do manage to come off of this Whimsicott, Whimsicott still can't go for Encore. Whimsicott still can't go for that ever-important Tailwind. So Wolfe opting to get the Koraidon back in here, saying, okay, now this is the board. Now this is the board where I can get my Koraidon in and I can start actually doing damage. But Wolfe, I don't believe, attacked that Miraidon one time. One time! That was all from struggle recoil. Like, Wolfe has almost KO'd 2 Pokemon by using one Pokemon that is not very offensively minded and another Pokemon that does not have a single attacking move in the Screamtail, which is just... This trap just says, oh, you wanted to play Pokemon? No, thank you. No, how about you don't play Pokemon? I will click Encore Disable, and I will trap you in, and you don't get to play Pokemon. Like, it is just, oof, it can be so painful to play against. It could, yep, 2 KOs. That is 2 KOs with one Pokemon that doesn't know any attacking moves, and one Pokemon that only knows Psychic, but is mostly there to be support. Tough. 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 So now, Luca does have the chance to send out 2 more threats in the Iron Hands and the Ogerpon. Does have Fake Out alive and well on the board, but Koraidon can just click Protect, Protect, and if Luca chooses to go for Fake Out, then the Screamtail can Encore it next turn, kind of forcing the Ogerpon to go for Follow Me, meaning if Ogerpon's clicking Follow Me, Ogerpon's not doing damage, and Ogerpon needs to get some damage on this board. The sun is set up, the Ogerpon can take advantage of that sun as well. But also here, Wolfe cannot, there's no setup moves on Luca's side of the field. Wolfe cannot be punished for going for this double protect, so this puts Wolfe in a position where now you can kind of see, okay, what moves did Luca click? I can click Disable, I can click Encore, whatever suits me best. I can click whatever suits me best here and just start pumping out damage. Or is it time to sing a little song? It is time to sing a little song. So essentially what this does is, this is a very, very good place to click Parish Song here, right? Because Wolfe has 3 Pokemon to Luca's 2, so that means the very healthy Gothitelle with Fake Out and with Protect in the bag does not hear the Parish Song, meaning Gothitelle will not be afflicted by the song, so that way you can bring your Gothitelle in, even if you keep both these 2 Pokemon in. You can bring in your Gothitelle, and as long as your Gothitelle, you can click Fake Out one turn, and then you can click Protect the next turn, and there's just nothing that Luca can do because you're gonna faint in 3 turns. And I believe that's what we are gonna see here, and we see the Screamtail put on so much pressure with clicking Encore, with clicking Disable, that the Ogerpon was forced to go for Follow Me and just get 0.00 damage off that turn, and now, like I said, Wolfe has Fake Out. That's another turn wasted of the Parish. Then Wolfe has Protect, and then the Parish, the Iron Hands has heard the song, unfortunately. Yeah, Luca knows. Luca, as the commentators always say, I think Luca sees the writing on the wall and does forfeit that game because there's absolutely no out there. I think, like, truly the only out would be Wolfe accidentally, like, doesn't click Fake Out, like misclicks, like truly a misclick would be the only out there. But I really wanted to show off that game because I feel like it shows just how nasty, just how diabolical Parish Trap can be without even clicking the Parish Song until the very end. Wolfe was just able to position so beautifully. Wolfe was able to KO 2 Pokemon with one Pokemon that doesn't know any attacking moves and another Pokemon really there to be support. So I just thought, like, when I watched that, I was just like, whoa, that's tough. That's tough. But like I said, the team does have 2 modes, right? The team does have 2 modes, and we saw in finals, Wolfe did not bring the Gothitelle or the Screamtail to any 3 of the games. Wolfe went the full offensive mode there, and it absolutely did work out, and it 100% worked out. I just think that the team was a really cool meta call. I think it's a really cool meta call, especially because Wolfe is so well versed in Parish. As he said, I believe in his winner's interview, he said he didn't think he'd ever lost a tournament while he was using Parish. We were treated to some absolutely fantastic sets of Pokemon over the weekend at EUIC. There were plenty of teams that were used, and the creators and the pilots have started to release some of their teams, so I will absolutely be using them. There are a couple sets I also do maybe want to do some breakdown of as well. But I really just wanted to come on, talk a little bit about Parish. It's just one of those strategies. it can just be absolutely heartbreaking to play against sometimes, you know? Especially when you're playing against someone as skilled as Wolfe, especially as skilled with Parish as Wolfe. So I just want to talk about that a little bit, and I do want to say thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy this content at any time, please feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If not, feel free to do. Oh my gosh! If you did enjoy this content at any time, please feel free to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If not, feel free to do exactly none of that. And I do hope everybody has an absolutely amazing rest of their day. Okay, that's it from me. Bye!